What's up, guys? We're back with another really cool video today. Today we have obviously the salmon sushi Tesla that everybody knows very, very well. This is a 2022 Tesla Model 3, and over here on my right, we have a 2023 Tesla Model 3, and this video is basically going to compare the main differences between the 2022 model and the 2023 model. So guys, stay tuned till the very end so you guys can figure out if the 2023 is really worth it for you, or if the changes are way too drastic and you gotta stick with the 2022. Mind you, this car has had a lot done to it. Your car won't look like this if you buy it from Tesla. You gotta go somewhere else for that. So stay tuned, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. I know we've been doing a lot of shorts recently because shorts are pretty fun to make. And of course, we're gonna make shorts from this video as well. But give us some feedback down below and let's get into this video. The first thing that everybody really cares about when they look at a Tesla is the build quality. And of course, this one being in early 2022 and this car being in early 2023, you know, it's a pretty big difference in model year, right? Tesla's had basically a year to refine all their quality control issues. And to be honest with you guys, this car was damn near perfect. I, to this day, have basically no rattles on this car. I've done a lot to this car. Obviously, I've wrapped it, so a lot of things have come on the car, off the car, yada, 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 and the car is honestly superb. Now, this car being a 2023 hasn't been touched, right? It's going to be touched soon. We're gonna wrap it, just so y'all know. Just looking at the paint and stuff, looking at the panel gaps, the car looks damn near perfect. A lot of times you'll see a recess in the hood over here. No, it's perfectly fine. And another issue that a lot of Tesla owners spot would be the door trims, right? These black trims over here are aligned perfectly as well. I really see no issues with panel gaps on the doors. It literally looks perfect. Now, if we make our way to the rear of this car, sometimes people have issues with these charge ports being misaligned. Now, if you look really, really, really closely over here, there might be a slight misalignment, but honestly, that's nothing. If I show you my charge port, you guys would find no issues with this one. Over here, if we look at the rear bumper, yeah, the fitment's pretty tight. It could be maybe pushed in a little bit, but overall, I think it's perfect. Now we look at the trunk. Teslas have issues with panel gaps over here. Actually, I've seen a lot of 2022s with issues where the trunk has lifted. Now this car's basically brand new, so it hasn't happened yet, but I'm pretty sure Tesla has addressed that issue. If we come over to the rear, you can basically see everything looks really, really solid. We want to look over at this charge port now. This is pretty similar to mine, to where the fitment over here is pretty tight and there's a little bit of a gap over here, but again, not the end of the world. And of course you have this slight gap over here on the trunk, but again, guys, this is just stuff that I'm observing on this vehicle. Now, relative to other vehicles, this panel gap is a little large, but relative to what Tesla does with these vehicles, it's honestly perfect. And if we look over here at the doors, these panel gaps are, again, perfect. I'm pretty surprised, not gonna lie, because Tesla has been doing a lot of volume this year with the Model 3 and the Model Y, and with the Tesla Texas plant going up this year, and them focusing on the Model Y, Fremont has had a lot more time to focus on the Model 3. So in terms of build quality, guys, this car is very, very, very good. So the biggest obvious difference between the 2022 and the 2023 is the fact that the ultrasonic sensors are now gone. Now, if we take a close look at this bumper, it looks really, really clean because there are no sensors on it. Now, how do I feel about this? I'm not sure yet, because Tesla is currently delivering these cars with no sensors and no software that would enable the cameras around the vehicle to detect objects around the car. Now, I do find this to be a little strange. You should probably implement the software and the hardware at the same time. Now, we know Tesla is definitely going to update these vehicles soon with the ability to recognize objects around the vehicle. I think that's pretty cool, because here we have a wrapped Tesla, and if you take a really close look, you can see the sensors are wrapped over. Now, they could be wrapped individually, but at the end of the day, sensors are sort of ugly, right? And so they're very, very functional, but when we take a look at this brand new Model 3 without sensors, it's a very, very, very clean look. Now, Tesla is really, really good at future-proofing their vehicles. And if they're betting on the camera system being superb and not necessarily needing the ultrasonic sensors, I think that's great. Now, why would you deliver it without the software? I'm not exactly sure. Now, if you're not going to deliver the car with ultrasonic sensors, you're betting on your camera system being very, very good. And so if we take a look at this side repeater camera, you guys are not going to be able to notice a major difference over here. You see this camera? This is a 5 megapixel camera. Now, if we take a look at the Tesla over here, which is a 2022, this is a 1.2 megapixel camera. Now, what does this mean? It basically means that Tesla has rolled out their new self-driving cameras all around the vehicle, which I think would be considered HW4. And what this means pretty much is that Tesla is really betting on their camera system. They basically updated the camera system all around the vehicle. So this has the brand new cameras. It should be able to detect objects much further. And in terms of resolution, I think the resolution has improved. And in terms of the angle in which these cameras can detect objects, that has also improved. Now, the technical stuff I could put down in the description below, but people are a little unsure as to what the specific changes are with the camera system. Now, what I can tell you is these cameras are supplied by Samsung. And so that by itself is very, very interesting. Now, when Tesla develops the software for these cameras to work and detect objects around the vehicle, I think that's going to be very, very interesting. Now, I'm sort of curious about blind spots. Now, we all know that these cameras have limitations in terms of what they can see and what they can't see. And what that means is if there's an object that's very, very, very close to the vehicle, how is the Tesla going to recognize that object? This car has ultrasonic sensors, so it can definitely, or most likely, detect that object. Now, this vehicle, I'm not sure. Now, Tesla might be betting on these cameras' ability to recognize objects in real time and sort of remember where objects are. But again, if the car's parked and then the object just rolls up on the car, you know, there's a lot of interesting scenarios here that could play out. But once the software, I think it's 40.4, is released widely to the public, I think we'll be able to come up with a very, very, very interesting video in terms of the capabilities of this car. Something you guys might not think about when buying a vehicle are the tires. And so this car comes with these Michelin MXM4s, which that car over there came with as well. But to my understanding, this car was supposed to come with the Hankook, you know, some China tires, which I've seen on the Model Y and the Model 3, but it's sort of interesting to see that Tesla might just have extra inventory of these Michelin tires, which again, might be a deal breaker for some, but for this car, it's okay, it's just a standard range. And of course, you guys might be interested in the technical specifications between this car and this car. Now, this car is sort of a unicorn car in the sense that it's an LFP. Again, these cars are both LFP in terms of the battery chemistry. That means that these cars can both be charged to 100% daily, which is the advantage of driving the Tesla Model 3 standard range versus all the other variants that Tesla has to offer. But this car only came with 252 miles with this LFP pack, which is a little smaller than this one. This one can do about 272 miles on a full charge, of course, with the arrows. Now, this car doesn't have arrow wheels anymore. It also has roof racks and it has spacers. So it's not the most efficient vehicle in the world. But what I will say is that this car is really, really, really great in the sense that it has a lot to offer. It has an LFP battery pack that can do 272 miles on a full charge, and it can do about 1 million miles within the lifespan of the pack, just like this one can. Now, this one definitely has that 980 motor, so that's that unicorn vehicle, and this car has that 990 motor. So this has a slower 0 to 60 time of 5.8 seconds, where this one has a 5.3 second 0 to 60 time, which again, this car is getting a tune on it pretty soon by a company out there that I'm not gonna disclose yet. So you guys gotta stay tuned for that. But I will say that these two cars are great, great, great vehicles. These might be the Honda Civics of electric cars because of how reliable they are and how good they are and how well built they are. But stay tuned for updated videos on this car when it gets that software for the alternative to the ultrasonic sensors, which would be the camera system. I'm very curious as to how that will work. As of right now, it doesn't function at all. It can't detect anything. It doesn't make any sounds or any of that. Some people might prefer that. I don't know if I would. Given that it's a pretty luxurious vehicle, it should have some sort of sensor or object detection system, especially in today's day and age. But that's it for this video, guys. This is a basic, pretty quick comparison between the 2023 and the 2022 Tesla Model 3 rear wheel drive. Again, this car has had a lot done to it. This car is basically brand new. Now this one's gonna have a lot done to it pretty soon, but stay tuned for updated videos on this 2023 and another video that we're going to make on the tunability of the 980 motor with the LFP pack. Again, the unicorn car. So if you guys like this video, please be sure to subscribe, give us some sort of feedback, and we'll see you in the next one.